Welcome to another Wednesday Night Live with me, Leon BARTROPP. If you're watching in playback, I hope you get some really good question and answers. What normally happens is for about 45 minutes to an hour, myself and the community as a whole, if you're watching on Facebook or you're watching on YouTube, we answer questions and queries to help put more fish on the bank for you. So welcome people who are tuning in from Facebook, and welcome to you guys who are tuning in with YouTube as well. We're streaming on both platforms at the same time. Lawrence Bloomfield, evening to you on Facebook. Graham Rowland, evening to you on Facebook. Richard Turner, evening on YouTube. Scott Lees, James Madwick, Roy Close, Adi Delija, Steve Manning, Hoxton, evening. Good to see you all in here on a Wednesday night. It's going to be our normal slot on a Wednesday night now. Sunday nights and Wednesday night. I thought I could do Tuesday night, but it's just a little bit too close to the Sunday night one. Want a bit of gap in between the two live streams. Give everyone a bit of a rest. Give yourself a rest. So we've got 132 people in the room already. On Facebook we've got 12, I think, and there's a few comments. Evening, Mark Roberts, Stuart Cox, Brett McPhee on Facebook. Hope you're all well, and thanks for tuning in on Facebook and YouTube. Evening, Ben Wallace. Lewis Williams, evening. Oak Carp, evening to you, mate. Welsh Valley Hunter, evening. James Bryson, Edna Broadbent. Well, I think last weekend there was, when I was working at the Brentwood show, there was quite a few fish out of different lakes around the country. Seemed to be that little bit of a mild spell. It's this winter, I don't know what it is, this winter has been little windows of opportunity, and if you're not on the lake for those windows of opportunity, it's just the rest of the week or rest of the 2 weeks, it's just no one's catching anything. It's been a really difficult winter, I think. I mean, guys, if you comment as well if you think it's been a particularly difficult winter, or if you've had a really good winter. Evening, Sean Hughes on Facebook. Robert Howard Cracker, evening. Good to see you all. Hope everyone's well and looking forward to the weekend. It'll soon be spring, guys. Don't worry. It'll soon be spring. Myself, 3 o'clock in the morning, tomorrow morning, I shall be on my way to the Carp Wallace show to set up the stand and be there for 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you're about, if you're in Holland, if you're at the Carp Wallace show, come and say hello. It'd be great to see you. Put some faces to some names. I know there's a few guys on here are going to be coming, going to be saying hello, who will be there anyway. Adam Wiley says weather up and down doesn't help. No, it doesn't. I mean, we've had like, I think it was 2 weeks ago, we had like 13 degrees during the day. It's crazy. Then the next day is -1. One day you'd have like a big ferocious wind blowing. Next day it'd be still and cold. It's yeah, it's been a really weird winter. It's the hardest winter that I've had for many a year. The Obsessive Carper said it's been a hard winter as well. Mark Smith says, all right, mate, just spooled up with Fox Exocet Transcarky, £13. Is it any good, lads? I can't tell you if it's any good because I haven't used it. So there must be someone on there who's used the Transcarky. I haven't heard anything bad about it. Tim Egerland, am I going to Carp's Waller? He asks on Facebook. Yes, I shall be there. I shall be at Carp's Waller. Come and say hello. I shall be on the Summit Tackle stand, right next to the Rod Hutchinson stand in Hall 3. I think it's 308 or 508, the stand number. I should be at the Northern Show as well, and the big one, and at the Angleterre Heridian Angleterre show in Germany, beginning of March. GW78 said, got up yesterday -3, got up this morning 6 degrees. That's a 9-degree, swing. Just crazy, this weather. I just can't wait for a bit of normality, a bit of normal weather. I'm not working the shows. I'm not really missing a lot. It just seems to be one of them, Evening, John Miller. So who's out this weekend, braving it? Who's hardcore, braving it this weekend, fishing Put your comments down, guys, below. Where you going? What sort of area you're going? What's the name of the lake? And I wish you all the luck. I really do, I tell you. Because I'm struggling. Really am struggling to get a bite at the moment. I'm seeing the odd fish on lakes, but they're just not having it for some reason. As I said, small little opportunities. If you're there, you may catch one. If you're not, for the rest of the 2 weeks before they feed again, it's not happening. To be sure's off the Pingewood. Camera stats from America says lakes are still iced here in the centre of the US. Bloody hell. We don't know how lucky we are. Holly Osborne's playing the day session. Steve Oakey's going to Wellingborough Syndicate in Northampton. Daniel Livesley, thank you very much for your kind words. James Madwick's off the Farlows. Good luck there, mate. Love Farlows. Really nice place. You know, I think it does get a bit busy, but, you know, some lovely. Mark Wasselcroft, he's actually out on the bank now. Old Wazzy himself, he's struggling on the lake at the moment. So, Joe Noakes from Facebook says he's doing a night, Saturday night, on Kingy in Sussex. Lawrence Bloomfield's off to Swallow this weekend. Come and say hello, Lawrence. Be good to see you, mate. Haven't seen you for a while. David Bennett says he's on 3 nights on Sussex Syndicate from Saturday. Oh, I am jealous. I tell you, I'd rather be fishing than working, that's for certain. Sonny Red Star says he's fishing Rosendale Lake, Hummonby, East Yorkshire tomorrow. Good luck. Let us know on the next live feed how you get on. There won't be a live feed a live feed next Sunday because I shall be in Holland still. I don't get back to late Monday night. So it'll be Wednesday and it'll probably be live from the bank. I'm actually going to try and get out that week I get back. Evening, Tariq. Something else I'm also interested in is put in the comments what area of the country you're from, or what country. If you're in a different country, put that down. If you're from England, put down the area, you know, the county you're from, you know, the area. Interesting to see how many people are actually from Europe or America and how many are actually from England. It's, you know, I'd find it's interesting. Stuart Broom Morgan's going to Sussex Estate Lake Sunday, then Sanders. Good luck. Oh, you make me all jealous, you are, the lot of you. Nottingham, Norfolk. Jason Ellis, Norfolk, Norwich, Kent, Stoke-on-Trent, Cheshire, Essex, Wiltshire, South Wales, Bedfordshire, Chad Huntley on Facebook, Nottinghamshire, Yorkshire with Yorkshire Tea, Roy Close, Cumbria. God, everyone, people are just all over, aren't they? It's amazing, Facebook and YouTube and the internet now. You can, look, Slovenia. There's a guy there from Slovenia. Leicestershire, Ipswich, Manchester, Bolton. Scouser, Billy Martin. Hertfordshire, Birmingham. Cleveland, North East, Lancashire, Bristol, Bedford, Essex, Colchester, Tyne Wear, Sunderland, Devon, Bournemouth. Bloody hell, absolutely everywhere. Well, I'm glad to see you all here, guys, and I really appreciate every single one of you taking up your own time to tune in. So we're gonna get into some questions in a minute. We're gonna get into what people want to know. I've seen a few flicking up, but we've been chatting about other stuff, haven't we? Hertfordshire, Nottingham, Ringwood. Blimey, it's mad, isn't it? Trev Reeson says, hi Leon, if you caught a record carp, would you put in a claim? Also, would you think that the last 2 people to catch Captain Jack didn't claim? It depends on the fish. Depends on the lake. I don't think I've got any chance of catching a record fish. And I don't set my stall out to do it, much like everyone else. We just go fishing, don't we? If I caught a record fish and it wasn't one of the so-called frowned upon ones, I suppose I might go for the record, but it's, I don't know, I might not. I might not. Look, it's a carp dog. He's just come in. He's just wandered in. He's having a sniff around for some chocolate he left on the floor earlier on. Never say never, though. No, Jet Ski Jimmy, you're right. Never say never. You never know. You never know what could turn up in your net, could you? That's the beauty of fishing. Arnin Geller, he's from Kosovo. Bloody hell. Dartford, Steve Borum. Death Star, Dominic Carr, he's from the Death Star. Do like you, Dom, I do like your style. The fluffy one, yeah. He's sniffing around. Come here. Come here. Here he is, look. There's the fluffy one. Okay, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Go on, Nick. Well, he's made his weekly appearance anyway. Oh, Ginger Tom's going to Saturday at Tulpits in Watford. Oh, I know it well. Never fished it. Walked around it a few times many years ago. Evening Joe the Fish. Where's the carp dog? He's just gone. London Crystal Palace, Craig Pauly. Oi, oi, Barney. Yeah, the old carp dog. Here we go. Pew Cards is highly on hard or soft baits. Baits made hard, though not air dried. I prefer, for hook baits, I prefer hard the baits because they stay on longer, obviously. But I don't want rock hard baits like some of the European guys use. I want something where all the ingredients, all the liquids, everything else is going to come out. You know, all them ingredients, all that good stuff in the boil, it's going to leak out over time. So I don't want a hard bait. I want not a soft bait though. I want something which is just going to have a high leakage of, you know, liver or hydrolyzed liver or better stem or whatever it is you've plugged them in there. I use a lot of liquids and a lot of powders these days for my hook baits as well as my freebies as well. I want it to get into that water column. To be sure says, do you think early baiting is an edge? If you mean early baiting, i.e. getting it out there before, definitely. I've found on places like Horton, when I fished Horton, I'd get it out there before the mad rush, because on most lakes, as you're probably aware, is that everyone just before dark, an hour before dark, couple of hours before dark, everyone's spotting or putting their bait out and everything else. If I was in an area and I was staying in that area, I would do my spodding, do all the disturb, get the rods out before 12 o'clock. Always. I'd leave it till after 10 o'clock because you could occasionally get a bite between 10 and 11. But between 11 and 12, especially on Horton, that's when I tend to get the rods out, do any baiting I need to do, and then just leave the swim. Stefan Fuller, he's on Sanders, March the 2nd. What are you saying? I'm saying, Stefan, it's fishing very hard, but it might be there was a little bit of weed. When I left, there was a couple of little sprouts coming up. It might hold that natural food that's in the water column a bit more, and the fish might be hunting around for a bait a bit more often as well. So I would say try and, well, it's difficult because it's not fishing, so anything I'm doing doesn't seem to work. I don't think it matters what you do down there, it's just when them fish are feeding. So March, you might be in with a bit better chance. Let's hope so anyway. Cole Tyler says he's just bought the Fortis binos. Well, I'm going to have a look at those as well because I always use the binoculars. Guys, if you haven't got a pair of binoculars, they are a must-have. I rate them as highly as having a pair of sunglasses, you know, a pair of Polaroids. Definitely, I can see up the other end of the lake. I can see any bubblers, any swirls, anything that's happening around the lake, especially if it's a big lake. Lee Brown says, Leon, have you ever fished Raisby? I have. I fished it a few times. Evening, Dean Hawkins. Mark Childs, evening. Quarter of an hour in. How many people have we got? Let's have a little look, shall we? Have a little look. We've got 224, and I can't really tell on Facebook how many people are watching. 224 on YouTube. That's crazy, isn't it? And about the same on Facebook. Mad, isn't it? And don't forget, spring starts the 1st of March. The 1st of March. I think officially it's the 21st of March, but unofficially it's the 1st of March. So we've only got another month, another 4 weeks. Spring's starting. At the moment, the daylight hours are getting more. It's getting darker later, and it's getting lighter earlier in the mornings. That's why even this time of year, I get up about half an hour to an hour before first light, because I've started to see the odd fish show, maybe just 1 or 2 at the most, at first light. So they know that change is coming. It's got nothing to do with the water temperatures. It's got to do with those daylight, sunlight hours when they start switching on a bit more. Ronnie McNeil, thanks for the kind comment. 235, yeah, that's good. See us in here. Do I do much river carping? Garth Sykes says. I used to fish the rivers a lot when I was younger, sort of trotting a stick float down or swim feeder. I caught a few carp as well doing that way on the canals and rivers and streams. But I haven't fished the canal or the river system properly for many, many, many years, especially not targeting just carp. But it's something on the old bucket list to do at some point. I'd like to go and fish, probably like the Seine or one of them big French waters, or the Po in Italy or something like that. Do it properly. If I'm going to do it, I want to go to somewhere a bit crazy, where there's these massive great big boats coming through, barges and stuff like that. Yeah, Wayne says he agrees. He spotted his first carp head and shoulder at the weekend just before dark. Just before dark. And first thing in the morning at the moment. Especially, it's going to get more and more first thing in the morning is when they're going to start to show up until they spawn. That's what I've found over the years of experience. In the springtime, got to make that effort to get up, get down to the lake an hour before first light. You even see them in the dark. The odd one, all you need to see is one, and they seem to stay in that sort of area. Or what they might do, it just gives you a starting point. Steve Ignatz says he's just purchased a Tempest Brolly skull cap or overwrap. Personal choice, really. I like the skull cap because it's less to set up and it's not as heavy. And it, I haven't really seen any. I've seen a tiny little bit of conversation below the line of the skull cap, but above it and that, it's been absolutely bone dry all winter. The Marne, yeah, Marne. I wouldn't mind fishing there. Stu de Brew Morgan, St Lawrence River. Call that be on. That's on the bucket list as well. Will Hoddy says, is it worth bothering while they're spawning? Well, I would do the gentlemanly thing, and I'd leave them to get on with their spawning for a week. I don't go back to a lake for at least a week. So they've had their spawn, they're chilling out, and I've always sort of found that it's normally about 2 weeks before they start getting on the munch again. They've been getting sexy with it, and they're knackered, and they just want to recuperate. The last thing they want to do is someone trying to catch them. I have seen people trying to catch them while they've been spawning, and it's just not on in my book. Something I'd never do. Just leave them to it. There's no close season anymore, so we've got bloody, 50 other weeks to try and catch them. Leave it to them. Dominic Carter encouraged his latest video. He was impressed by Decathlon's own brand bait, Carperland. Noticed a lot of the flavours are the same as Dynamite Baits. Any thoughts from everyone? I believe, Dominic, that Dynamite Baits actually make Decathlon's own brand bait. Definitely, Dave Turner said should close the lake. A lot of lakes I belong to, that's what they do. They close the lake. No one's allowed on there when they're spawning. Brian Mills says, looking at this like this, when spawning, would you stop for a cheese sandwich? No, I probably wouldn't, but I just want to just leave them, get on, close the lake down, and just let them get on with it. Ben Carver says, normally he leaves them for 2 weeks. Yep. Evening, Duncan Weirman. Lee Emery on Facebook says, hi Leon, great to see you at the Brentwood show. Just like to ask your thoughts on line exchange colour. Oh. i.e. in Europe they fish bright light, tight, yet in this country we all go the opposite way. Not really sure really. I think they fished the bright line because they're fishing at really long distances, 2 or 3 out, and they want to see their line and what it's doing. Me, I want to get my line down as much as possible. I've seen fish swimming through, they come into contact with the line. This is on very pressured waters. I don't know if you guys have seen the same from up a tree. They come along, they see the line, and they go, you can see their reaction to the line. They know it's there. So the last thing I want to do is have like a fluoro, a big, yellow line or something that's off the bottom, or, when they're moving about, they're looking for the danger. It's like you in your front room. If you walk around and have your dinner, then suddenly there's a big table in the way. It's like, well, where'd that come from? It's danger. And every time you went to touch the table, or the table's there and you have your dinner, someone's hitting you over there with a lump of wood, you'd sort of go, oh, table's there. I'm going to, I've got a possibility of getting it over there with a lump of wood again. So, you know, I try and be as inconspicuous with footfall, with line, keeping the line down, baiting, casting, everything, just as if I'm not there, you know. Evening Gaz Jones says, "Hi mate, best hook beads. Find the small fox one slipping on a size 6 hook. I actually bought some off eBay from a guy who sells them on there. I think it was AD Blanford put a link up on his feed, I think, and I bought some for about £3 or £4 or something like that. They was about half the price of normal, you know, carp tax hook beads, and they've been fine. They've been really good. If I can dig the link out, I'll try and put it at the bottom of the video." Jet Ski Jimmy says, "Carp must have outstanding vision." I think it's not so much they have outstanding vision. I don't think their vision's mega good. I think they deal in shadows and shades of grey and things like that. I might be wrong, but if they're coming into contact with something really close up and it's not normally there, if they're patrolling round, which they do a lot, even if you don't see them, they're moving about that lake all the time, especially in the spring and the summer months. They cover that whole lake hundreds of times a day, I'd say. I've been watching them from up the trees and I see them. The same fish will come in, disappear for 20 minutes, then come back, and it's been round the whole lake. So if they see something which is out of place, or it could be a bit of danger, they're going to be on edge, aren't they? They're probably not likely to feed. Evening Way Lewis. Dale Norman, it's bank tackle. Could be. That could be the one. I'm good, Mike Blake. Good to see you in here. Paul Thomas said, "I said the carp dog gets hot in the bag. Put your thermometer underneath him next time to see how hot he gets." Actually, I might do that. He put about 50 degrees, a little sod in there. He don't have to get warm. He gets really warm. He don't want to come out. He just wants to keep warm. Chris Lowy Low says, "Do you soak your line, Leon? And if so, how long as a rule of thumb?" Asked the question on Facebook. I would say I soak it for about, if I'm putting new line on, I always get the spool and I'll stick it in lukewarm water. I put it in there for about half an hour so it tries to infuses into it. It makes it a little bit softer, goes on a little bit easier, and then I wind it on. So about half an hour to an hour. Don't use really hot water, use lukewarm water. And someone even said to me, and I haven't done it, is to put a tiny little bit of washing up liquid in there. It's something I wouldn't want to do personally, but they swear by it. Carpy Steve says, "Has your new stove arrived?" No, the Boolin T4. After all the guys telling me how good it was, I've actually ordered one. It's going to be in about another 2 weeks. I'm going to do a review on it. I'm going to start using it and see how good it is or how bad it is. But all I've heard is good things about it as well. And I think it was about 19, 20 quid. Get it on eBay. I put some links up on my Facebook page. If you're watching on YouTube and you scroll down to some of the posts, I think there's a link there to the eBay, so you can check it out. If it's about 20 quid, someone actually said it's similar, or it is exactly the same as the tracker one. So we will see. Once I get it, I'll do a little review on it. Yes, T800 says, "I see green cups around, make an all run." Yes, I finally managed to source somewhere. Instead of having your white mug on my website with the black chicken on there, I managed to source a green one with the old black chicken on double-sided either side. So they're up there, same price, free postage, $11.99. We've had a few people order them today, only stuck them up today. But if that's your thing, go and check out. I mean, I've put 2 new hoodie designs up there as well. There's now 14 different colours of hoodie you can get, from bright ones to military green and chocolate and lots of different ones. And there's about 5 or 6 different styles now, and there's a little section on the website for hoodies which are 3XL, 4XL and 5XL. So I think there's 2 or 3 colours there you've got to choose from in the black chicken for us bigger guys. Check that out at www.leoncarper.com. Go to the shop in there and you'll see lots of, there's beanies and there's God knows what in there, if that's your thing anyway. Anna Mutlow says, "Doing any more competition?" I may well do when we hit 10,000 subscribers. We are at almost 9,300. So if you haven't subscribed, guys, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell notification icon, and you won't miss another video I upload again or live stream. Also, hit that like. Share the love, guys. Share the love on Facebook and on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up, that like button. I appreciate every single one of them. Brian Mills says, how much are the 5XL? From memory, I think they're $31.99, Brian. Michael Goodyear, happy Wednesday, Leon. Happy Wednesday to you. He's just got his hoodie today and he's loving it. I think I see your little post on the closed Facebook group. Guys, if you don't know about our closed Facebook group as well, it's just like this. You ask your questions. No one takes the mickey out of you. Get yourself in there. Go to your Facebook page. Do a search for It Only Takes One Bite. All one word, no spaces. Request to come into the closed Facebook group and ask as many questions as you want in there. And there's more than enough people, myself and loads of other people, who give up their time to help you and answer your questions. They do little reviews. There's YouTubers on there who do entertaining videos. Lots of really good information there and lots of really good guys on there. Evening, Sean, my queen. Good to see you. No problem, Chris Lowy Low. Always a pleasure. Pete Walters, he ordered 2 of them today. Chris Eastall says, Leon, what's the best carp book you've got your hands on, and is there a book coming from you? I'd love to do a book. I just have not got the time. I just, you know, I'd love to do a book. Maybe I will do in a few years' time. But I want it to be different from everyone else's. I don't want it just to be stories. I want to have little rig bits in there and, you know, why I use certain things and, you know, all the lights. It's just like some of the stuff on the videos where I do my little, you know, things that I do that some other people do, but a lot of people don't know about. With like you know, whatever it is. I want to put that in the book, as well as some nice stories, you know, about captures and things like that. So I might do one. Best book that I've read, I would suppose, Tiger Bay is good, and Terry Earn's first book. That was a really good. Really good book. I really like that one. I can't remember the name of it though. Searching, or not Still Searching. That was his second one, wasn't it? I'm sure you'll tell me what it is. Wayne Rule says, do you fish Sandhurst all year, mate? No, just the winter time. I might have 1 or 2 trips down in the summer, just to see what's happening down there, because I do like it down there. Flick of a Tail, that's a good one. In Pursuit of the Largest, Sean Queen, that's the one. Terry Earn's first book, In Pursuit of the Largest. Really, probably that and Tiger Bay and a couple of others are probably the best books I've ever carp fishing books I've ever read. I've got Oz Holness's one. Mrs. B bought it for me for Christmas. I haven't even started reading that yet. Maybe I will do when I'm in Holland. I'll probably take it with me actually to the Carp Wallace show, so I can have a little read in the evenings. But what's your favourite book? Guys, tell me what is... Put it in the comments below, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube. What's your favourite carp book? It doesn't even have to be a carp book, actually. It could be any fishing-related book that you've bought, you've read, and you thought, wow, that's blown me away. I really enjoyed that. Put them in the comments what your favourite one. I'll give you a couple of mine. Now it's time for you to give me a couple of yours. James McCarthy says, what's your opinion of cheaper baits as boilies, like ones from Decathlon? It's something I personally wouldn't use, but because I don't know exactly what goes in them, those cheaper baits. A lot of Semo and that. I mean, Semo's a good ingredient. Don't get me wrong, Semo's a good ingredient, but I don't know what the levels of stuff are and how they've been boiled or how they're made. But if they're cheap, they're going to be cheaper process, I would say. So not for me, but if you're on a budget or you're fishing a runs water where it doesn't matter what you stick out, you're getting one a chuck, no problem with. I'd have no problem with using them. Waiting for Waddle, Dave Wright said he likes Hammer. Carp Fever by Kevin Maddox. Little shout out to Matty Blake, who's 11, who's tuning in tonight. Gary Wilmer says, looking slim there, Leon. How's life without carbs? Well, I've got a bit of a confession to make. I've lost about half a stone, and I've had the odd carb is starting to creep back in. Mrs. B, she does love making the old mash. So I've had a little bit of mash tonight for me dinner, and I can't see me really sticking on my diet that much going to Swallow. It's going to be whatever you can get your hands on whenever you can, with the motley crew that I'm going with. So I'm still going to take me bits and pieces to eat, but I'm going to not stick to it properly while I'm away. Next week I'll be back on the wagon, back on the diet. As long as I stay below that 15 stone, I'm happy. And I'm below 15 stone by a couple of pounds, so I'm more than happy with that. Gareth Price is hi, Leon. How are you? And the family plus Barney. Yes, we're all good. Thank you very much. Hope you are as well. Isaac Walton. Leon Mash gets smashed. Not fishing related, but where's Wally? Carp, not carbs. Look at that, Trev. That'd be the next t-shirt, wouldn't it? Carp, not carbs. How am I getting to Swallow? Andy Goer says we are driving. We've got a big van. There's 4 of us going in the big van. And we will be driving we are on the 10 to 6 ferry, I think. Oh, he's back again. Carp Dog's just walked back in again. I don't know, he normally stays away. We are, yeah, I think we're on the 10 to, I think it's either 1/4 or 10 to 6 tomorrow morning ferry. Not ferry, tunnel. And then it's a case of about 4.5 hours from Calais, couple of stops, all the way up to Swallow, set up the stand, and then go and chill out. Any of you guys going to Swallow? Any of you going to Swallow? If you are, come and say hello. Carp Dog, look. Carp Dog's over there somewhere, look. He's hiding a bone in the bed. Wee man, can you give my little boy and fishing partner Max a shout out? Of course I can. Just did it. There you go. Look, Carp Dog's going. Where is he? Come in here. Oh, he's growling. He's got his bone. Look. Can you hear him growling? He's got his bone with him. He's right behind me here with his bone. Every time I go to get the bone, he's growling at me. If you can listen, watch. Whoa! Almost bit my hand off. Oh, blimey. Ugly Rig, the new Jag 0290 pod. Have you seen it and your thoughts? I haven't seen it, but hopefully they will be at the Swallow show or one of the other shows, because they weren't at Brentford. Well, I didn't see them anyway. And I'll be sure to check it out. Carp Fishing Dreams, evening to you, sir. How many people we've got in the house now? Let's have a look. Loads on Facebook. Let's have a look. We are 262. Bloody hell. 262 people in the house tonight. Andy Gower says, I wouldn't mind going to Swallow. Can I come with you? If there was room, I'd have everybody coming with us. But unfortunately, there's no room. Paul Burstow says, well done, Leon. Over 9,000 subscribers. Thank you very much, guys. Onwards and upwards to 10,000. We might even have a giveaway at 10,000. I think we should have a giveaway at 10,000. Couple of hoodies, some T-shirts, maybe one of them new green mugs. That's an idea on one of the lives, isn't it? To show my appreciation to you guys. Evening, Andrew Butcher. Graham Rowland. Evening for you, sir. I hope the weather's better in Swallow than a few years ago. It was -18. It can get very cold over at Swallow. Very cold. Mike Blake says, Leon, with the days getting a little longer, you noticing the carp more? I've just started to notice them first thing in the morning, just as it's on first light. It's the best time from now all the way through the spring and the summer, especially the spring. I'd say it's the best time first light and an hour before first light. As soon as you start getting them spawning in the summer, I found the evenings just before dark and the autumn, that and during the night is the time to find them. Mark Wazzy says, do you enjoy doing the shows, mate? I personally love them, but they are tiring. They are very, very, very tiring. But I enjoy them because I enjoy meeting all you guys. It's great to put faces to the names, and, you know, you give me such great comments about how you're enjoying it, or you give me ideas for more blogs and more videos and, you know, question of the week, and it's all good, you know. It's a real good community. We help each other, and, you know, we're giving each other answers to questions and stuff like that. Studer Broomong says here, take Fluffy one as a prize. Oh, Mrs. B would kill me if I give him away. Mike Madley says his cobalt pod is so shiny. I will be at the Northern Show, Dave Booth. Come and say hello. David Etok, good to see you, mate. Have you ever fished Yateley Car Park Lake? Yes, I did one night on there. I did one night on the car park. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's snowing again in Buxton, Philip Millward says. Snowing. It's just mad this winter, isn't it? I've never known it to snow so much in winter. Raymond Ellis, good to see you, mate. Yes, Matty Rush, the furthest up north I've fished is Leeds Willows. That is the furthest, definitely. Roddy McNeil says, Leon, me and his mate are fishing near Gatton in March. Have you fished it? Unfortunately, I haven't, but there might be some guys on here that have. I'd be able to give you some advice on it. John King says, what do you think of the dirty scum that broke into people's cars and nicked their gear during the Brentwood Carp Show? I know what I would have done to them. Well, unfortunately, the day and age we live in, if someone sees something in a van or they have a suspicion that you've got something in there, thieving tow rags are going to nick your gear. It doesn't matter if fishing tackle, whatever, they'll be in it. You know, they're breaking your bloody house and not think twice about it. A lot of crackheads about, isn't there? You know, it's or young kids who've got nothing better to do. It's just a state of affairs. I'm sure this is not a new thing. I'm sure it's been going on for bloody 100 years, people nicking stuff off other people. It's terrible. It really is. I feel really sorry for the guys. I've gone to the carp show. I mean, one of the guys we know, and he had bait boats nicked out of the back of his van. You know, it's terrible. It really is. Never fished in Bristol, Scott. I'd like to fish down that. I think there's a couple of nice lakes down there, isn't there? Will do, David Etok. Thank you very much. Andrew Cartwright has hit the nail on the head, I think. He says, cause there's no bloody coppers anymore, mate. No. With the government cutting everything back, I'll never see. I can't remember the last time I saw a policeman on the beat, on the street, walking around. I mean, a proper policeman as well. Not a community officer, a proper policeman. Can't remember the last time I see one. Can you? Can you guys remember? Because I can't. Lee Hard says he's fishing a clear, weedy lake and there are some spots that are very, very clean. What do you think the best rig would be for these spots? Lee, Stoke-on-Trent. To me, Lee, I would fish as close to the bottom as possible. If you've got a clear weed lake, if the spot's really clean, I would fish a bottom bait on there and try and get your line down. If there's little patches of weed and it's only a small spot in amongst weed, I'd fish like a multi-rig. Or a multi-rig, because it's got a lot more chance of looping over on little strands of weed. I totally agree, Gareth Price. Hi, Clive Portelli. Christian John Who says, have you ever fished Orchard Place Farm on Facebook? No, I'm sorry, I haven't. Of course you can say hello to Brett McPhee, Mike Madley. Good luck, Christian John who's got a qualifier on there in March for the British Carp Cups. Good luck to you, mate. Ultimate anti-theft is 2 Jack Russells, just the carp dog. He's enough. I'll tell you a little story. It won't take too long. I was fishing this lake in Essex, really quiet lake, small lake in the middle of winter. No one else fishing it. Hadn't seen anyone, you know, for the last 3 or 4 trips I've done it. It was absolutely freezing. Real headbanger of a water. It actually, on a side note, it took me almost 45 nights before I got a bite. And I was fishing this lake, and there's a big hill that goes up, and there's a car park at the top of the hill. And the old Barney's sitting there with me, and he starts growling. I'm thinking, what's he growling at? He must have seen a rat, he must have seen a mouse, must have seen something. But no, there's nothing about it. He's still growling. This went on for about half a minute, and I'm thinking, it's starting to freak me out a little bit. He's growling, and he's getting up, and he's looking out underneath the umbrella, and he's woofing and everything, and I think, what's going on? And then suddenly, someone walked down the hill, because that's the path you took with your barra. Walked down the hill. Now, that carp dog had heard him come in the gate, drive his car in, unload his gear, start to barra the gear down the hill before I heard anything. Best anti-theft device is the Carp Dog, I'm telling you. Tommy B says, Leon, are these on at 6 and 6 Wednesdays and Sundays, mate? Right, this is what we're going to do. On a Wednesday, we are going to be doing 7 o'clock, unless it interferes with 80 Blandford, because I was going to go on at 8 o'clock tonight, but I believe he's on at 8 o'clock. So I went and had a quick look at his Facebook page, and he said he was going to be on at 8. I thought he was on at 7 tonight. Hence, I was going to go at 8 o'clock. But we're going to be going Sunday nights at 7, and it looks like Wednesday nights at 7. So we've got a bit of gap in between them. I've changed from Saturday to Sunday. I've changed from Tuesday to Wednesday. So we've got a bit of gap. And I can get those other videos out on a Monday and a Friday. So you've got, it's not bum. It's spread out over the week. And it helps family time on a Saturday night. It's not really the one to be doing a live feed. It's much easier for me to do on a Sunday when everyone's calmed down and settled down and we've had a good family weekend, isn't it? Jack Meehan from PBUK, evening mate, good to see you in here. Didn't see you at the Brentwood show. I saw your dad, but I didn't see you, Jack. Are you going to be at the Wallace show? If not, I'll see you at the Northern Angling show. Neil Ricky can't wait to get back on the bank. Nor can I. It'll be 2 weeks I haven't been fishing for. Gutted and wounded. Only problem is with that, Mike, is you get nicked for that, don't you? That's the only problem. They are parasites, Colin Osborne. No, I know, Tim, most lakes won't let dogs on. I belong to a couple of lakes where I can't take the carp dog. Such a shame. But he does yap and make a noise. Anyone who knows him, he's a bit of a pest sometimes. I had my gear stolen as a kid as well, Big Phil. Heartbreaking. Yeah, and Darren Sartin, I feel your pain, mate. When am I Nexus Sanders? I'm not really too sure because it just is not fishing. I'm going to go back to the Park Lake next week, I think. We're going to start getting ready for spring on there. Sam Kiddy, I totally agree with you, mate. All the best to Edna Broadbent. Thanks for popping in, mate. Good to see you. JK Tagel is off to Abbey Lakes next week. Any tips? Oh, just look for a bite. They do like a bit of bait in there. It just depends whether it's fishing or not. It still might be very cold over. I've done some winters on there, but I would say give them a few handfuls, a couple of handfuls in the bait boat or spotted over the top. If you're fishing Heron Lake, I'd definitely put a little bit of bait out. Or if you're fishing Kingfisher Lake as well, put 3 or 4, even 5 handfuls. The winter time's the best time for that, for Kingfisher Lake on the Abbey Complex. Yep, that one. Marty Crocker says that one. Yep, that picture there, that is of the wood carving out of Halton. Guy painted that for me and it's some of the best work I've ever seen. Absolutely awesome. No, Dominic Carter, I agree. I definitely agree. I'd never steal. See you later, John. No carp, Wallace. I did say 8 o'clock. Doug, I did say 8 o'clock, but I had to change it because I think Aidy's going on in about 15 minutes. Mike Blake says, Leon, what's the spring blog's going to be? You sorted a series yet? It's just going to be fishing, you know. The spring, I think, is going to be on the Park Lake and a few other places, but the summer's going to be on the Alien Lake, and the summer and early winter is going to be on the Peterborough Lake. We're going back there, so I'm really looking forward to that. Little shout out to Charlotte there. I should also be going in May, around about May the 12th. I'm going to Etang Monier. Going there. 2 of us going there, so we'll be filming that. Probably going to, when I get back, do it on a daily basis, so you'll get like 6 or 7 vlogs every day for a week. That'd be good, but there's some really lovely fishing there as well. What's the best line for shaggy waters? I think you mean snaggy waters, then you're Andrew Price. GR60, or was it GR80? I'm not sure. That used to be a really good tough line. I've been using the GTHD in thick weed and a few snags, not really bad snags, and it's performed very well. But I think GR60 or GR, I can't remember. There's so many lines out there, isn't there? Evening, Ian Smith. Good to see you. Will do, Brian Mills. Ashley Woslensky says, where's the accent from? My accent is from the East End of London. Ilford, Chapelheath, Goodmays, Seven Kings. That's where I was brought up. If anyone knows it. Here's a question. GR60, GT80. That's it. That's what I was getting confused, because they are those two lines, aren't they? So here's a question for you guys. What is your favourite line? What's your favourite line that if you could only have one line to use, what would it be? Make and poundage. I want to know the poundage that you use as well. I want to know £15, £12, £10, £20. Use fluorocarbon, or is it, you know, what makes it? Gardner? Is it Fox? Is it Nash? Just to get a rough idea of what everyone uses. I love all these interesting things just to see. John King says he's fortunate enough for his wife alongside him when he goes fishing. How does Mrs. B put up if you're fishing? And does she ever talk about going with you in the carp dog? I took Mrs. B fishing once, and she caught one. She caught the biggest tench I've ever seen. It must have been about £14. Didn't go fishing ever again. Michael Goodyear, big game. Cool, that's an oldie one. Still good though. Sensor, £10. Can't beat a bit of sensor, can you? Nash Decam, £15. GR60, £15. Pro Clear, £12. That's a good line. Sensor, £12. Dow Sensor. Fox Camo. Ispre Synchro Loaded, £15. Called a Subline, Dow Sensor. A lot of people like Dow Sensor. You can't go wrong. For the money, a bulk spool, you can't go wrong with Dow Sensor. Invisitech, £12 by Shimano. Graham, you always got to be different, haven't you? Synchro XT Loaded, £18. £20 Tiger line. Dow Sensor in £10 line. Pro Clear. GTHD in £15. Great all-rounder. Yep, I used the GTHD in £15 myself. Or the ESP Synchro in £15. Pro Clear is awesome. Gardner Pro, £15. That's a good line as well. The Gardner Pro line. That's a good line. I've used that as well. Dyneema braid with a fluoro leader. Yep, called a touchdown. Lots of different lines, Jet Ski Jimmy. Lots of different lines are good. I wouldn't say one's the best line, because you use them for different things, don't you? Nash NXT, £18. Alfie Sanderson says, what rig to fish in silty waters? I would fish a long, if I'm fishing a really silty lake, I would tend to fish a helicopter style and move that top bead up to what I think the depth of the silt is. And I'd either fish a nylon hook link, or I'd fish a braided hook link on a deep silt lake. I've done very well silt lakes many years ago, fishing 2 and 3 foot hook links, braid hook links, or mono hook links with a pop up that slowly sinks down on the silt. When the silt was really deep, like a foot deep or whatever. Yeah, good idea, Mike Blake, to do a day ticket from start to finish. You know, just turn up the lake. Well, that's what I do at Sanders, though, but it's a little bit different because it's not as busy at the moment. I wouldn't mind doing it somewhere like Linear or a bit more of a runs watery day ticket lake. You just turn up. That's what I do anyway. I turn up. I don't have no swims booked off or anything like that. I just turn up and I just go where I think I can go or where I can get in. Stephen Off says he noticed that nobody said X-Line fluorocarbon. I really rate X-Line fluorocarbon. I think it's very, very good. Another good fluorocarbon is Gardner Mirage. That's a good one. Marty Cocker says for his sins called a touchdown. Another vote for Wayne, X-Line. Joel Pritchard says, small park lake rig. Oh, depends. I haven't found that. What I've found with small lakes, the smaller the lake, I've found it's the harder to catch one. Because they're on guard all the time. They know you're there a lot more. They're not affected by the wind as much. They're more affected by angular pressure. But I tell you what I've found about park lakes, at small lakes, is that people ignore the margins, and that's where they feed. Where the undercut bank is, or where underneath a tree, that's where I've done well over the years gone by. Not putting them out to the middle on the spots, but making your own spot in the edge. I mean inches from the edge. Evening, Jerome. Yeah, I'm ready to go to Swallow. I leave. I've got to be up at 3:30 in the morning. Be getting in the van at 4:15. And I will see you as well as your own, hopefully. Evening, Matt Valley Mail on Facebook. Good to see you, mate. Ian Fawcett says, what soft braid do you use for your rigs? I use Gardener's Trick Link, I think it is, or Soft Link or something like that. Also, PB Products do one as well, which I've used in the past. Christen do a really nice one as well. It's just a matter of personal preference, isn't it? But I tell you what, I've got sent. What I've started using is that. Look at that. Look, that is like a mud sort of putty type thing. Doesn't mould round anything. Like a sort of mud, and I put that up and down the braid, and it sinks it. It also takes any air bubbles out of it, and I've been putting it up and down my leader as well, just to take the shine off it initially. Christen Merlin or Supernova, Brian Mills, yeah, you can't go wrong with those. ESP anchor braids, another good one. I haven't really looked at the Calder braids, if I'm honest. I'm fed up with camping as well at the moment, John Jackson. Hope you have a good year as well. Maximus Carper says, hello, Leon. Thanks for the link today, mate. I got the thermometer for my lake today. Can't wait to see what the water temperature is doing over the next few weeks. No, it's really interesting. You know, I've gone about it so many times. There's probably a link at the bottom of this video when it uploads back to Facebook, to YouTube. But I use a little £1.99 thermometer off eBay. I put it in the margins. If you've seen my YouTube videos, you'll see that I just take a rough reading. It gives you a rough reading of what the water temperature is doing. Just so I can, you know, it's just of interest to me. It doesn't give you a reading for the whole of the lake, just where I'm fishing, just to give me a rough reading if it's low, it's high, or, you know, I don't make any decisions on that water temperature, but it's just of interest. See what the fish are doing, or if they're not doing things, what the temperature is. Dave Booth says he loves Christen stuff, had his first ever carp on it. So guys, if you've only just tuned in from Facebook and YouTube, thanks very much, really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're almost getting to 10,000 subscribers in the last year. And would you believe we get over 1.25 million minutes a month watched? And that's testament to you guys. That's why it's growing so well. And I appreciate every single one of your views, every single subscriber. I really do. So, as someone suggested, we will be having another 10,000 subscriber giveaway, where we'll be giving away some hoodies and t-shirts and hats and other bits and pieces as an appreciation, like we always do. I think we've done one at 7,000, didn't we? One at 5. We did a Christmas one. God, I'll be out of business soon, wouldn't I? But let's give it all back, eh? Why not? Lee Brown says, Amnesia. I use Amnesia all the time. I use Amnesia for my hook links. The clear one, I was using it all spring and summer with a double bait on a D-ring and caught lots of really nice fish this year. Thanks for reminding me, Lee. Thanks for subscribing. What a load of carp. Yeah, Mike Blake says, another brilliant hour, Leon. Yeah, thanks, guys. You guys make the hour, not me. Imagine if I was sitting on my own like this. No one was here on Facebook or YouTube. It's you guys asking the questions and getting involved, that engagement. That's what makes it for me. You know, I really appreciate you. And the carp dog. He's down here at the moment. He's lying down by my feet, bless him. Don't forget to look at all the new T-shirts like this one. Keep on keeping on. This was a tester one. Actually on the one that's on the website now, this is moved up a bit. It was a little bit too low. That's why I'm wearing it. So get yourself on to www.leoncarper.com. Get yourself in a shop. There's loads of good stuff there. Every sale, the minuscule amount of money I make on it goes towards buying products to review and, you know, all those sort of things. Help with camera equipment and software and, you know, and it's all testament to you guys. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate every single one of you that buys one of the hoodies or hats or anything. And their closed Facebook group, which is a brilliant group with a brilliant guy. We've got almost 3,000 people in our closed Facebook now. Do a search on your Facebook page for It Only Takes One Bite. Request to come in and then ask as many questions as you can. Ask away. Put your videos up there and everyone joins in and gives you your answers. Right, let's have a question. Max Lloyd said, freezer baits or shelf life? Personally, because I'm an old school type of angler, I like freezer baits, but I do take shelf life as well. I always have some in the van in case I run out of freezer baits. And there's a couple of things about the freezer baits and shelf life. There's not a lot of difference in them anymore. In fact, a lot of companies put a little bit of preservative in their freezer baits. Because if you think about it, they're sending their freezer baits away to shops. That's a day or two of travelling before they refreeze them. You'll be surprised how long it takes for these baits to go off. That's because they got a little bit of preservative in there. Freezer baits, if I didn't have a freezer, I'd be on the shelf life and I wouldn't give it a second thought. There's not a lot of difference anymore. It's just in my mind, from being an old school angler, where all I had was freezer baits. That's what I like to use, but I'm not adverse to using as hook baits or freebies the shelf life as well. Cole Tyler says, how do you find out how deep the silt is? Very, very good question. Here's one that you can do. If it's plugging in, when you pull the lead out, you'll feel it. Oh, it takes quite a lot to come out. It takes quite a lot for that lead and rig to come out. So you'll be able to gauge that, oh, that's quite deepish type of silt. An old trick that someone taught me years ago is get some cotton wool. Not cotton wool, get some wool. Get a ball of wool and get some white. Cut off about a 3 or 4 foot length of white wool. Tie it where your rig would be. Cast it out to the spot where your lead's plugging in and just leave it for half an hour if you've got the time to do that. When you reel it in, the silt will have stained the wool and you'll be able to see roughly it'll be slightly discoloured. It might be 6 inches, it might be 1 inch, it might be 2 foot, and that will give you a much better idea of how deep that, excuse me, I just had my dinner, how deep the silt will be. Give you a rough idea. Right, guys, we're almost coming up to the hour. Almost coming up to the hour. 58 minutes in. We've still got 260 odd. How many people we got in here? 246 people here. Right, don't forget, if you're at the Wallace show over Friday, Saturday or Sunday, then come and see me on the Summit Tackle stand next to the Rod Hutchinson stand. I shall be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thank you very much, Tommy B, for the £2 donation. Thank you very much, Super Chat. He says, freezer bait all the way, shelf life is rubbish. There you go, Tommy. Thank you very much for the £2 Super Chat. Really appreciate it. That's, guys, that's one way of getting your question answered, because it's so busy, is to put a Super Chat up there. Right, check out all the merchandise hoodies and everything on www.leoncarper.com. Check out the closed Facebook page. If I don't see you at Zwalla, or if I do, come and say hello. I shall be in a couple of weeks' time. I will be at the Northern Angling Show and the Big One Show. Come and see me there. All the guys that come and saw me at the Brentwood Show last weekend, big up to you. It was really good to see you. Right, have a brilliant rest of your Wednesday night. 80 Blanford's on now, doing his live, I believe, in a minute or so. Go and check him out. And there's a new video coming out Friday, but there will be no live stream on Sunday night because I will be, unfortunately, in Holland still. I won't get back to Monday, but there will be a live feed on the Wednesday. A week today will be the next live stream. See you then, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Have a brilliant weekend, and let's hope we all start catching fish in this mad winter that we're having. See you soon, guys. Thanks for chatting. See you next Wednesday.